Hey, what's up you guys? It's John here. We're checking in on a client's flower bed and things are so pretty. It's been raining all morning today and we have rain on the forecast for the next 3 days, which is super exciting. These plants were planted back in, when did we plant them? Beginning of August, I believe, or like late July. And they look so good, you guys. Look at all of these beautiful celotias. This was the intense purple celotia and they look so good, you guys. I'm so impressed with how they turned out. Look at this. Look at this. This is one, I think this is one plant right here. Yeah, this is one plant. Isn't that crazy? This has grown so much. And they have just done so well. They've been beautiful all fall and they just look absolutely incredible. We paired them with some sweet potato vines down below here. This is just a regular sweet potato vines. Now the landscapers do come once a week and I think they've been trimming this sweet potato vine back quite a bit, which has been really nice because they do like to sprawl onto the walkway. So sometimes they like to just take over. We did have a ton of vincas here. And as you can see, a lot of them actually, they actually died because I forgot, I just started planting at this house back in the summertime and I realized before that they had petunias in this bed, and sometimes when you plant petunias before vincas, the vincas just there's like a fungus or a virus, not a virus but a fungus that the petunia like emits in the roots, and sometimes that affects the vincas when you plant them. So I would advise trying not to plant vincas in beds right after petunias, and you know, I didn't realize that beforehand and some of them did not make it, which is fine. The sweet potato vines took over, the beds filled in, and that's really my goal here, is to have the beds full. We always overplant beds just in case a few things die, but now we know that. So anyway, some of the vincas do look really healthy and good. We're going for like a white, purple, and green vibe, and it was really lovely to have in there. So we have 2 beds on this, flanking both sides of the walkway here. And today's goal, I know it's gonna be really sad, you guys, but we actually have to remove all of these plants, and we have to start planting our winter garden. Now it is towards the end of November and it's gonna get cold here soon. So a lot of these plants are gonna kind of take a nosedive. You know, by Christmas, they'll be totally fried. But now's a great time to get things in the ground because we want things to get established. This rain is going to help all of these new flowers get established into the ground and fill out before it gets really cold. We want these plants to fill in before a potential frost comes later on this winter. So we're going to remove all of these beautiful intense celotias. We're going to make bouquets, give them to our clients, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. I'll show you guys all of the flowers that we're planting in this flower bed. We're going for more of like a champagne vibe, so lots of like oranges, whites, and a few burgundy hints in there. So we're gonna take all these plants out and then we're gonna line up all these plants and show you guys exactly what we're planting in these beds. Okay, Kyle is removing all of the sweet potato vines right now. I'll show you guys kind of what we're planting in these beds right now. We're gonna line, y'all know I love a good alyssum border, so we got some alyssum to put towards the edge over here. We also got some cabbages because we want some really nice winter interest. These cabbages are gonna be absolutely perfect. This is the ornamental cabbage. Then we got some taller things. This is a snapdragon called Sonnet Bronze, just gonna give us a really peachy champagne color and give us some height in the center of the beds. And I think this yellow petunia is gonna pair really well with all of that. Just a really pretty like yellowy, champagne-y color, just absolutely perfect. And then of course we have some poppies. You can't have a champagne garden without champagne bubble poppies. So they have like a gold, a peach, and I don't think any of these are blooming, but there's white blooms in them as well. It's a mix, so it's gonna be great. That's the only mix. I really don't plant a lot of mixes, but one mix is kind of pretty. And of course, we're planting some ranunculus. This variety is Tango, one of our favorite varieties that we tried. That was new to us last year, and we had to grow it again this year. This one is more of like a salmony coral color, absolutely beautiful, and then the blooms on it are massive. This is a clone, like a half clone. So they're a little bit bigger than like an amandine or a labelle, but we're gonna tuck them into the beds. So they're gonna give us some nice spring color later on in like late February into March. While Kyle is finishing up removing all of the plants in the garden, I'm gonna take the alyssums out of their 6-packs to make them easier to plant. I'll show you guys what that looks like. We're just gonna take them, I usually just press from the bottom here and then lightly jiggle it out at the base. Then all we're gonna do is line the bottom, the tray, excuse me. We're just gonna fill up the tray with these 6-packs so that it's easier to plant. I know I'm gonna use all of them, and it's not sunny out, so these roots are not gonna burn. They're not gonna be exposed to the sun, so we're gonna just take them all out of the tray to make them easier to plant. Kyle is chopping away at the celotias. We're just filling up the buckets. Look how pretty this is. We feel like we could probably make like a wreath or something out of this. That would be really, really pretty. But we're chopping away, cleaning out the beds, and then we'll start to lay out all of the new flowers. Okay, I'm going to start laying out all the plants. Kyle's done basically with the one bed right here. So I'm gonna start laying out all the flowers, at least the border, and then kind of go from there. Usually I have like a design in mind. I don't have an exact layout, but I have designs. We're gonna lay everything out and then we're gonna go from there. Okay, so we're planting these ornamental cabbages now. We just planted all the snapdragons down the center of the bed. And I don't think I'm gonna go like around the whole entire bed with the cabbages, but I'm going to make kind of like an entrance, like an L on each side. I think that's gonna be really, really pretty. And as you can see, the snapdragons they're in the center here, but they're a little to the back because we're going to we wanted more room, I should say, for a little more flowers in front here, like the ranunculus and the anemones. We're going to tuck those in the center of the bed, but we're also going to still make it cohesive by putting the alyssum and the petunias, but we're going to keep the more like specialty flowers towards the center because I think that's going to be really special, especially like flanking this walkway bed. Okay, so our camera died when we were planting all of the flowers. So we finished up the planting. We'll show you guys tomorrow morning what that looks like because we need to stop back in. So we brought back all of the celotia, you guys. Look how beautiful it is. It's just the perfect like magenta purple color. It's absolutely beautiful. And like I mentioned, this was the intense purple celotia. So beautiful. And I love using this type of celotia in a flower arrangement because it's a sterile variety, meaning it's not going to produce seeds, so it's not going to make a mess on your table. Typical celotia will make these tiny little black seeds, kind of like a basil, and they'll just drop all over your kitchen counter once they mature and establish in the vase. But this one is a sterile variety, so it does not do that, which is great. So we're going to make some bouquets for our clients and give them to some florists and friends and family as well. So we have all of these beautiful celotias. I'll show you guys kind of what we do with them. I made this bouquet yesterday. We love to do a little floristry on the sides, just like giving all of those Thanksgiving vibes. We got this cedar in from the wholesale flower market. So I love just tucking in some of these flowers. They're really pretty just in there. Isn't that perfect? Just that adds that like perfect pop of color. Gorgeous. Give it some height in the back as well. And then we have a lot of mums here. So for fall, I really love just doing a lot of mums and just simple things like carnations. We have some disc buds, some mini carnations. This one's a peach one, as well as this beautiful creme brulee chrysanthemum as well. Okay, this bouquet is for Kyle's mom. We're going over to her house tomorrow, so I'll gift that to her. But for now, we love to keep it in our flower fridge. So when we, excuse me, Renly. Being so cute right now. Hi, Renly. Okay, so like I was saying, when we used to sell cut flowers, we used to have a flower field where we sold grew and sold flowers to florists. We got this fridge to hold our flowers so that they could last a little bit longer, and it was just really convenient. So now I can just use it as a fun fridge that I can just like play around with. So right now we have a bunch of Christmas greens in here that I got from a local, our local wholesale. This is going to be used in just like Christmas arrangements and just having fun with. And then we have some just like flowers that I get. Just a great way to keep a hobby alive, and I absolutely love coming in here in the evening time and just making some arrangements and storing them all in the flower fridge. Later on this winter, we will fill them up with tulip bulbs, which we're getting in December. So once these celotias dry, they were a little bit wet because it rained today. Typically, I would not advise putting wet flowers in the cooler, so we're just letting them dry before these go in the cooler. And I do want to mention, these are a great dried flower too. If you guys want to make like a dried wreath or just a dried flower arrangement, these celotias are perfect for that. So we're going to show you guys tomorrow what the flower beds look like at our client's house. Okay, you guys, we are back the next day. It is still raining out, which is actually really nice. We got a little break in the rain, so we decided to finish up some things. We added some more lines in here. It's really dry in this particular spot. This bed kind of slopes down at an angle, so the top of the bed, I think, gets a little bit less water. So we added some more lines to kind of hopefully solve that issue, but we put some compost on this bed too to give it a nice fresh mulch. But everything looks so good, you guys. I'll go over everything that we planted in this bed real quick. This is the ornamental cabbage, really, really pretty. This is gonna give us some really bold statements all winter long, some really nice focal points. And then we paired that with this white alyssum. That's gonna give us a really, really pretty border in there. And then we wanted some really nice like filler flowers. So we added in this yellow petunia. Look how pretty that is. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think that's gonna be a perfect like base champagne color. Behind that, we have a row of ranunculus. These are tango. We have a clone tango, half clone tango, which is a really pretty salmony color, absolutely gorgeous. And then we have some white ones as well. They're kind of a mix of white and salmon. And then we have some poppies. This is the Champagne Bubbles poppy that's gonna be blooming. That's really, really pretty. We love, love, love the Champagne Bubbles. And then behind that we have some bronze. This is a Sonnet Bronze Snapdragon. Super pretty, like champagne-y orange color. And then we kind of did the same thing behind there with some more poppies, petunias, and alyssum. So anyways, you guys, this is gonna fill in so pretty. I'm so excited to see all of these bloom later on this spring. We'll definitely keep you guys updated. We fertilize this with just some Osmocote, and we're gonna give it a good liquid fertilizer as well. We also have some pretty baskets by the front door. We have some coleus back here, some ridiculous coleus, and then some La Portage Avenue. Gorgeous asparagus fern. We actually had an irrigation issue on this one, and we lost the sweet potato vine that was in here, but this one over here is really pretty. This is the purple heart. Look how beautiful this purple heart is. And again, with some coleus, some asparagus fern, it's just a really pretty, easy combo that we have back here. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. We still have ranunculus and anemone corms available on our shop, and I'll leave that link down below for you guys.